Good evening. Welcome to Soul Connection. I'm your host, Jo Labbé, here on Star Nations Radio Network. I am so excited to be here and be with you this evening for healing and messages. Welcome, Rob. I love how you are often the first one to send a message. What'd you know, Jo? So thank you for that. I'm glad you're in the house this evening. I'm excited to do some amazing healing work with you guys for everybody who decides to appear this evening. Good evening, Karen. I thought that might be you. How are you tonight? Karen is one of my second-year students, and she is an amazing animal healer. That is her life purpose, and I'm so excited she's going to be bringing some animal healing classes here to the sanctuary this summer. So I'm very excited to get that all in motion. It's time for us to heal our little critter friends as well. Hi, Margaret. Welcome to the show. Glad to see you're here this evening. So tonight we are, on the precipice of the full moon energy. And having the full moon right next to Easter creates a lot of movement, a lot of opportunity to clear. So as we sort of move our way through and start to get closer to Saturday, we are able to move a lot of energy for ourselves if we choose. It's the time of sort of the great purge. It's the last ditch effort to move a ton of energy all at once, because Sunday with Easter is the time and energy of rebirth. So anything that you don't want to bring forward into this new year with you, this new chapter or the new page in your book, you get to let it go tonight if you so choose, which is so exciting. So I'd love to help facilitate these, because this is one of my favorite things to do with people, is to help them move their dead energy or stuck energy in their bodies so they can connect more deeply with their soul. So let's see who else is in the house. Hello, Nicole. Glad to see you're here. And Cindy Lynn, nice to see you. Hello, Miss Ellen. Love seeing you. Hello, Jacqueline. How are you this evening? Oh, Cindy Lynn says she needs some hope. Yes, the full moon is always the same week as Easter. Just usually they're not back to back. And so when they're right next to each other like that, that's as close as we can get to sort of creating a healing vortex in a way. So when they're separated by, 6 days, it sort of has less impact. The closer and closer the full moon gets, the more of a punch it plays. So having it be the day before is a really big deal. So thanks for asking that, Rob. Hi, Christina. Welcome to the show. Glad you're with us this evening. So tonight, we're going to use all that energy and all that power to really move whatever is stopping us from moving forward in your life. Nice. Hi, Jacqueline says, doing well, finally catching a live show with you. I'm so glad. I'm glad that a lot of people watch in the archives. You're meant to catch it in your divine timing. And for me, it doesn't matter when you see it. I'm just so happy that you tap in and get to see it. So really, if there's anybody out there in your life that you feel might benefit from healing or from meditation, just to reduce stress in their life, please like or love and share the show, because that will give us an opportunity to reach even more people. Facebook has a whole set of parameters on how we organically reach people, and the liking or loving and sharing is the way that we can sort of help facilitate Facebook getting this information out to more people. And the more the merrier, because You know, it's our way of being able to heal the planet, and whoever's meant to work on healing themselves through this show, they will watch. It's just as easy and as simple as that. So thank you guys for liking and sharing, because that, like I said, is really helpful. For those of you who haven't been on one of the Soul Connection evenings, we do a clearing healing meditation first. It is all about you clearing anything in your way of connecting to your higher self, to the real essence, the core of who you are. I don't see your soul as outside of you. It's an integral part of you. But we get bogged down in things in our everyday life, and we lose touch with that really divine essence within us. So this is a chance for us to really clear away the garbage and tap into that. And then as I do the clearing for you guys, I'm a conduit, so I will be channeling the entire time. It tends to take a similar format, but the wording changes depending on who is listening, even in the future, because it's geared toward everyone who's listening to it in this moment, whether it is now live or now in the future when you may tap in the archives. And after we do the clearing, then I will do guided messages for you guys. So anybody who asks for a card, all you have to do is say yes, please, and I will draw a card for you. So I will make sure to do that. And Marilyn, yes, I will make sure to draw a card for you, and you'll be able to listen to it in the archives. So, and the last bit of business, I always forget, because for me it's natural. If you haven't listened to this show before, one of the things that happens is that I make clearing noises. That's me moving energy for the group. So it may sound like a burp or a squawk, depending on how deep and how old the energy is that has to move. It is how the energy can flow so quickly and so easily for so many of us who are watching. And it sends all the energy up to the ancestors, so that it doesn't stay within my physical body, because sometimes a lot of information comes through all at once. And this allows me to send it up to the divine, so that I'm not holding on to it for you. Okay? So get yourself nice and comfy. Yeah. And we're going to get started, as you can hear. One of the things that you want to do is make sure that if you are sitting, or even laying down, make sure that your legs and your arms are uncrossed. We want to keep our circuitry wide open. If you are sitting in lotus style, make sure that your lotus is exactly perfectly balanced. If one side is higher than the other, you will be slightly ungrounded. So if you're not sure, you can always stack your legs on top of each other like this, and then you won't be blocking your circuit. So take a couple of deep breaths. And in these deep breaths, we're just going to connect with our physical body at this moment. We're going to feel the heartbeat. We're going to feel the breath going in and out. We're going to feel the weight of our body, of our muscles and our bones, and gravity pushing us down here onto the earth plane and in our physical body. For in this healing work, we call the divine energy within, rather than leaving to go to it. Yeah. So we want to be nice and connected with our physical body. Good. We're going to begin to call in the divine energy, however you perceive that. Whether it is creator or the universe, God or goddess. I'm just inviting you to open your divine connection however you perceive it.
Yeah.
And we ask the divine energy to surround and protect us in a bubble of infinite love and infinite light. And I'd even encourage you to expand and create a second bubble to encompass the entire room or the space that you are occupying. So that you can feel safe and secure in allowing yourself to receive this healing energy this evening.
Yeah.
This moment.
Yeah.
And as always, we set the intention that this healing is for the good of all and harm to none, including ourselves.
Yeah.
And it is for our highest and best energy.
Yeah.
And begin to call in your ancestors, your angels, your guides, the divine beings and master teachers who work with you to come in to facilitate your healing this evening.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to begin at the top of the head, at the crown.
Yeah.
And you may sense pressure or tingling or heat or cold. Or you may just simply have a knowing that the energy is waiting for you to grant permission for the healing to occur.
Yeah.
And now we're gently going to allow the healing to come in through the top of the head, to move into the third eye and into the brain,
Yeah.
clearing away all the chaotic energy, the spinning thoughts, to-do lists,
Yeah.
all of the thoughts and beliefs and patterns that distract us from being in this present moment.
Yeah.
Each breath, we're simply going to allow those thoughts to dissolve. And if they're important, we will remember them later.
Yeah.
But this moment is for you and your healing.
Yeah.
And clearing away any pressure in the brain that is causing you physical symptoms like sinuses or itchy eyes, headaches.
Yeah.
And imagining the white light of the divine just simply radiating and dissolving all that may be squeezing your energy too tightly there.
Yeah.
Moving down a little bit into the ears and the jaw.
Yeah.
opening all the pathways of communication between you and your guides and your ancestors, all of the divine information
Yeah.
and inspiration that may come through for you, clearing a pathway for your intuition to work even more quickly, more succinctly, with clarity and truth and integrity.
Yeah.
Releasing all the energy of control as we try to control our lives or control other people's lives, just really handing that control over to the divine in this moment.
Yeah.
And opening the energy in your throat and in your neck, in that fifth chakra. Expanding all the energy around who you are as an authentic, true being. And opening all the ways that you are able to express that and share that uniqueness with the world around you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Allowing the stress and the tension that you've been holding in the back of your neck to release. Clamped very tight for some of you in the back, and just breathing in and allowing that to release and all the headaches
Yeah.
to release as well.
Yeah.
And some old whiplash that is lingering for a couple of people.
Yeah.
There you go. And now allowing the energy to gently push all the burdens and the pressures and the worries off of your shoulders, the top of your shoulders, and all the weight that you carry for yourself and for others.
Yeah.
And all of that can be picked up when we're finished. But at the moment, this is simply for you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Good. Releasing all the things you agreed to do but you didn't want to
Yeah.
or don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Allowing the obligations to just simply dissolve, giving you clarity on the importance
Yeah.
of you in this moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And allowing the energy to move down into your heart, your physical heart and your heart chakra as well.
Yeah.
Really allowing the lungs to expand and open with the divine breath of life. Like you are filling with pure divine breath, the original breath of creation.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And now moving into the upper right chamber of your heart, clearing away any of the cobwebs, the debris,
Yeah.
making room for your inner child.
Yeah.
Clearing any old wounding that your inner child may be holding onto for you, so that they may breathe once more in the joy and the happiness and excitement and wonderment that they are meant to hold for you and all that you do in this life.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And moving into the lower right chamber,
Yeah.
where the inner adult is, where that part of you that walks forward in this life, in this purpose,
Yeah.
actively doing, actively being,
Yeah.
releasing the tightness and the crankiness and the stress and overwhelm
Yeah.
that they've been carrying for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And moving into the lower left chamber of your heart,
Yeah.
clearing the energy for your inner warrior,
Yeah.
the part of you that is here to serve,
Yeah.
and fight for what is needed, but in this peaceful warrior way.
Yeah.
How you are meant to create change in yourself, in your environment,
Yeah.
so that it may ripple outward and help others to create change as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And into the upper left chamber of the heart, where your inner sage, your inner wise one is located.
Yeah.
clearing away all the debris blocking you from accessing all the information you have accumulated through each and every lifetime.
Yeah.
Dusting off the shelves of all the books, of all the yous that you have been and how they are you in this moment as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that spot too behind your heart in the middle of your back between the shoulder blades, really breathing and clearing the energy there so that you know in your deepest self that you are lovingly supported by the universe in all that you do and all that you are.
Yeah.
And shining your unique light the way you are meant to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now moving into the third chakra, into the upper belly, with all of those organs around it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's begin by clearing away all of our stress and our overwhelm, anxiety, panic, and fear.
Yeah.
Fear of being, fear of doing,
Yeah.
fear of others, fear of our environment.
Yeah.
So all of that energy blocks our divine light and our divine spark.
Yeah.
And clearing any old anger and frustration,
Yeah.
judgment, even old assumptions
Yeah.
that we've made or that others have made about us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And calming that energy that when we are frightened, we push out and others receive as bully energy,
Yeah.
releasing our frightened
Yeah.
piece of ourselves that holds on to feelings of less than and worthlessness.
Yeah.
Clearing our self-esteem, our self-worth, our self-confidence.
Yeah.
Breathing in the divine light to fill as it's clearing and releasing any ways we have squeezed ourselves into a smaller version of who we are meant to be.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And even releasing the righteous anger that we may be holding, especially in our kidneys, where we turn our anger into stones in our kidneys and our gallbladder.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
allowing those seeds to dissolve. Really bringing our fire, our divine flame into balance so that it is not burning out of control or it's barely flickering. Really bringing it into the fullness, into balanced state it is meant to hold.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. And now moving into our second chakra and our digestive tract and our reproductive organs, allowing our stuck emotions to flow, granting ourselves permission to feel all of our feelings fully.
Yeah.
And to bring all of our relationships with people or with things into a state of equilibrium, an equal give and take.
Yeah.
So that you are not overgiving or overtaking someone else's energy.
Yeah.
Or overindulging in too much caffeine, too much sugar, too much food, too much cigarettes, too much alcohol. Ooh, that's a big one. Alcohol. Too much drugs, too much TV, too much internet.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And returning your flow in all aspects of your life back into a quiet, stable place where it gently ebbs and flows. Releasing all the pain down the spine and all the areas
Yeah.
in the low back especially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Knowing that in each moment the divine has our back, is there for us, is ready to help and serve us
Yeah.
in creating our magnificent life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then bringing the energy down into your first chakra, near your tailbone, through your hips and your legs,
Yeah.
and really clearing the foundation of who you are. Clearing away any energy around safety or security.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's quite a bit stuck in the hips right now, so really breathing into your left and your right hip evenly.
Yeah.
For having balance in the hips allows us to have balance in our physical and spiritual life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. And allowing it to flow all the way down both legs, granting us the ability to be flexible and resilient at the same time.
Yeah.
And imagining at the base of your tailbone, at the bottom of the first chakra, this giant cord connecting you through to the earth. It travels through each and every layer, where you may feel roots beneath your feet, but feel it going through the floor, through the foundation of the building you may be in, through the layers of earth and the strata.
Yeah.
Past crystals and rocks and ancient burials and civilizations, dinosaur bones, as deep as you can imagine. Allowing it to go through all the layers to reach the very center of the earth, that molten lava core, which holds the heartbeat of the Earth Mother herself.
Yeah.
And allowing your cord to wrap around something sturdy, like a giant rock or a giant bone, or create a lasso around the center so that you're completely anchored.
Yeah.
And now we invite the Earth Mother, the Grandmother Earth, to pull the energy, her energy, up through our cord, through our roots, to begin to fill in all those places that we cleared, so that we don't attract more of the same energy. And you may feel it begin to come up through your feet and into your legs. And it is a little thicker and fuller, almost like honey, golden honey. And it holds all the love and the nurturing and the compassion of the Divine Feminine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as it moves up, it begins to fill in your knees and your legs, the tops of your thighs.
Okay.
Clearing some arthritis, I'm feeling. There's some injury into the shins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beginning to fill the pelvic floor like a giant bowl of the Divine Feminine energy that you can reach into and grab whenever you need it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And filling our lower belly and moving up into our upper belly. Just really gently nurturing all of those organs that do so much work and so much clearing for us.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And really shifting the energy in the
Yeah.
right below the rib cage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Allowing our sense of self to fill and become in balance with our masculine and our feminine, with our spiritual and our physical aspects of who we are.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And then moving up into the lungs and into the rib cage, up the spine, beginning to fill in the heart.
Yeah.
Imagine your holy grail cup. The sacred cup lies within your heart and allowing that to fill
Yeah. Yeah.
with the fullness of the divine energy.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And as it fills, it begins to pour down your shoulders, down your arms, and into your hands.
Yeah.
So that you may share the healing touch of the divine, even if it's simply to send healing by the money you touch, so that all other people will be healed from touching them.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Allowing the energy to come up through your heart and your throat. Allowing your authentic voice and your authentic truth to be spoken easily and freely,
Yeah.
and in a way that others will hear it, and in a way that you will hear others more clearly
Yeah.
as they express their authentic truth.
Yeah.
And filling all the pathways of communication between you and the divine, and the ways you interpret that in your brain and in your third eye,
Yeah.
so that you may have clarity,
Yeah.
a true knowing, and allowing it to go through the crown like a giant fountain. As it spouts out of your crown and comes back down over your body, allow it to fill and repair each layer of your aura.
Yeah.
All the cracks and crevices, tears that you may have,
Yeah.
filling and clearing the physical layer of your aura.
Yeah. Yeah.
The emotional layer. The mental thinking layer.
Yeah.
Your spiritual layer.
Yeah.
And even through the layers of past lives and karmic debt.
Yeah.
And now taking a moment to send healing energy to those who have prayed or asked for healing for the good of all and harm to none.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they are not meant to receive healing, then allow that healing to flow to someone else in need.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now sending energy down to Grandmother Earth, giving her the gift of healing as well for all that she does to nurture and support us with food and water and shelter and air to breathe, and how she cares for all the beings on this planet.
Yeah.
Allowing her to feel loved and supported as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now taking a moment to ground any and release any extra energy that you do not need, and allowing it to fill in the earth so that she may compost it and use it for healing energy for others.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And now take a couple of deep breaths and start to bring yourself back into your body.
Yeah.
And welcome back. Glad to have you guys. There was a lot moving in that belly area and the heart too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start pulling the cards for messages. So if anybody would like a message, all you have to do is type in yes, please, and I will pull a card for you. So I am going to start with Marilyn Lewis. So Marilyn, this is your card right here called the Righteous Fool. This is from the Sonia Choquette deck called the Fool's Wisdom. It's the last time I will draw from this deck this month. We will switch to a new deck next month. And the Righteous Fool is all about being wise, but not right. Sometimes as human beings, we get caught up in being right. And the problem is that if you are both in your authentic truth, you may have a different version of what is right. So instead, be really mindful and really focus on what your truth is and speak your truth in a way that is simply yours, that you are not imposing your truth on another. That's how we get into arguments, because some of us have a need to be right. So there are times when you can hold on to what is right and what is true for you without having to have a conflict with someone else. So it's being wise about how you facilitate that and how you go about that. But know that simply being wise and in your truth and letting go the need for there to be a right or a wrong to any situation. So I hope that helps you. And so, Jacqueline, this is your card. It is called the Hand Fool. The Hand Fool is basically keep your life simple. We tend to overburden ourselves, put too much on our plate, and we're juggling 4 million projects at once, and there's no way to accomplish any of them well. So really being, paring it down, keeping things as simple as you can. It's fun to imagine these elaborate scenarios, but this is really about honing it down and narrowing your focus. When I teach things like vision boarding, it's about, really focusing on the 3 or 5 things that you want to create in your life rather than every possibility, because then the universe doesn't know how to bring to you what you're asking for. And so there's a little bit of that energy for you, that the universe needs you to narrow it down and keep it simple because it's having a hard time keeping up with you. So make sure you really focus in and keep it as simple as you can. And then you will be manifesting much quicker and things will flow much easier in your life. So I hope that works for you. Karen, your card is the Reclusive Fool. So this is a time to sort of seek solitude, sort of step away from the world, step away from all the to-do lists, and really go within yourself. We all have times when we get overstimulated or overstressed at work or in our environment, and it's time to get back to nature. A number of us have been sort of isolated in the winter, and so this is not isolating. This is like getting back to you and who you are. And so it's away from the computer. It's away from all the busy work. It's just you and your soul taking time together and really breathing in that space. It's sort of showing me, you meditating out in nature, or beating your drum out in nature, and you just one-on-one with a horse. It's very much quiet connection time for you. So that's what is calling for you right now. All right, Cindy Lynn. Nice. This one is the Romantic Fool. The Romantic Fool is all about, it's time to fall in love with yourself. And when you fall in love with yourself, you get to fall in love with life. You start to have gratitude for all the things that are happening in your life and that are coming together. But we can't experience the fullness of that when we don't love ourselves first. So I have a thing that I suggest that came from Julia Cameron, The Artist's Way, which is have a date night with yourself once a week. That's you and you alone. Don't call in any friends or anything. Or this is you spending an hour or two just doing something that you love, and that really lets yourself know that you care and that that you're in love. It's like our first relationship in our lives should be with ourselves, and then expand outward from there. So start with the love of you and then allow it to radiate out into the wholeness of your life. I love that. All right. You're welcome, Marilyn. I'm glad you were able to see that. And Nicole. Yours is the Thought Fool. And so this is all about making sure that you think before you act. One of the things we do is we kind of we get excited and we leap into things. So we say yes too quickly, This is a lot about saying yes too quickly for you. So we say yes when we don't mean it, or, we love somebody, so we say yes. And then the reality is, by saying yes, we take time away from what we need to be doing. So really take a moment to think before you think before you act. But it's also about making sure that you take time to give your authentic answer. We don't always check in with our heart and make sure that our heart is the one speaking. Sometimes our ego does the speaking for us. So really tap into your heart and make sure that your yes is yes, and that it's okay to say no, or even just to say maybe. So really make sure that you're being thinking things through before you act at the moment. It's not a time for jumping into things unprepared, because we all have times when we want to do that, but this is not one of those. So take it easy this week. All right, Rob, let's see what you got today. Ah, nice. Yours is almost the opposite. Yours is the faithful. And the faithful is have faith. Really trust in the universe and what it is doing to provide for you. Because as it's providing for you, it's clearing away all this stuff that you don't need any longer in your life. And it's bringing people into your life to help you, to mentor you in ways that you've never even imagined. And so just trusting in the process. It may be scary at times, but nothing that you ever do that's worth anything doesn't have a little bit of scariness to it. It's, always take the time to do one thing that makes you uncomfortable every day, because that's really pushing you to try new things. And he's sort of flying on a trapeze. So I have visions of you flying in a trapeze with your guitar, which is probably not what they're meaning, but yeah, it's telling me to tell you to take that huge leap of faith, sweetie. All right, Ellen. Yours is the soul fool. And the soul fool is really check in with your soul and your heart and do what's right for you. Sometimes we get all spinny in our head and we're worried about what other people will think and how they want us to behave. And that's not what this is about. This is about you checking in and seeing what your soul needs and then doing that. Feel how it feels in your belly. Does it make your belly squeeze tight, or your heart or your throat squeeze tight? Or does it make you go, ah? And if it makes you go, ah, then that's the right thing to do. It's like, oh, thank goodness we're doing this. So really make sure that you're checking into who you are and really checking in to make sure that it's right for your soul. Not right for your brain, not right for your ego, right for your soul. Okay? Because we can get really spinny in our head if we just are listening to what our brain is saying. All right, Miss Molly. So yours is the thankful. And the thankful is basically that. Taking moments of gratitude for all that you actually have. We sometimes get caught up in what we've lost or what we need to leave behind, and we're not grateful for what's right in front of us. Grateful for the food on our plate, grateful for the house over our head, grateful for the people who are there in our lives at the moment being loving and supporting. Grateful for the sunshine and the beautiful ocean breeze, right? Because you are out there on the ocean. So really take moments of gratitude. And if you're having a hard time with this, set a number every day that you want to do, like 10 or 20, and write them down. Because writing them down will help ground that energy for you. And what you'll find is that as you begin to make these lists of gratitude, I suggest doing it every day for a little while, you'll find more and more things to be grateful for, like the food that, someone prepared for you and stuff. So really take time to be thankful for all the positive things that are in your life right now, rather than focusing on the loss and what's negative and not working for you. All right, Christina. Hey, Christina. So yours is the power fool. Makes me think of Mr. T. This is you tapping into your personal power. It is time for you to call in the divine to really fill you up and help you to move forward. We think that we have to do it all alone, and the divine is there and it has our back. So that's what fills our personal power. That's what fills us with who we are. And it's your time to call that divine energy in and really fill your backbone, really fill you with who you are. And that way, nobody pushes you around. You really stand firmly, solidly, goddessly in your truth. And it makes you unwavering. And when you can be in that place of power, and it's not power over someone, it's empowered, amazing changes will happen for you. And you are on the cusp of that, and you know that. So I'm excited to see that card for you. So take it and run with it. All right, Margaret. Yours is the breathless fool. There's a little bit of a, there you go. The breathless fool. So the breathless fool is stop thinking. You're doing a lot of spinning, thinking, worrying, creating in your head. Start breathing. As soon as that spinning or worry or stress starts to come in, stop. Take a couple of really deep, deep breaths where you really focus on counting, to 5 to breathe in, 5 to breathe out, or even 10 if you can do it, and really get back to center. So it's telling you that each time you start to get a little bit distracted, you want to pull your energy back to center and use your breath to ground you into the moment now. Because otherwise your energy is way too caught up in the future and what could possibly maybe happen than what is occurring right now. And so really take a moment to pull your energy back and really pull yourself in. And the best way to do that is by focusing on your breathing. And I find counting really, really helps. And until you can regulate your breath without spinning thoughts coming in, keep breathing and doing that. And you'll find that if you start to do this as a practice, you can do it almost instantly. As soon as you can take one breath and it gets you out of your head. But usually when you first start learning how to do that mindful breathing, it takes a few times, a few minutes, but it's worth it to not waste your time spinning out in the future, because you're actually wasting way more time doing that than you would ever waste stopping and just breathing. Okay, so make sure you do that, sweetie. It's really yes. So Rob said, could I do one for Julie Hedges? Absolutely. So Rob, here's Julie's. Don't take this literally, Julie. This one is the ignorant fool. And this is, there are times when ignorance is bliss. And whenever I see this card, it's don't butt into other people's business. You may know something's going on, and because we're healers, we want to help. There are times that it is not for us to help them. If they want help, they need to ask. And so just let it go. And not knowing is one of the best places to be. I often will say that to clients who are like all worried and they want to know what's going on. And I'm like, I don't need to know. So when you let the need to know go, then magical things happen because you just trust. And I know you have this trust in the universe. It just feels more like a particular situation where you want it to resolve a little bit faster than it is. And so you want to kind of get the details on it, and it's not yours to worry about. So just breathe, let it go, and allow yourself to sort of be in that ignorant place, because then you're not going to get caught up in other people's baloney. It's like this whirlwind of yuck energy. If you try to butt your nose in, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get smacked with this negative energy that's not yours to begin with. So leave them over there, let them work it out. And if they try to drag you into it, say no thank you. All right. Nice. Oh, so thank you, Karen. She said, perfect. Thank you. Ellen said, wow, best part of my day. Nicole said, I've been working on that lately. I've gotten much better at saying no. Thank goodness. Hi, Christina. I don't know if you wanted a card or not. So if you do, say yes, please. Rob said, playing a guitar to trapeze is a bit difficult. Nice. Thank you. Molly needed to hear this. Yes, Mr. T is the pity fool. Yes, perfect. Hi, Christina. Of course you can have a card. I was hoping you were going to ask. So here's yours, and this one's perfect for you. I don't know if you can see it. Let me move it over here more. It's the Art Fool. It is time for you to get creative. And you are one of the most creative people I know, which means you've probably been busy doing and not busy creating. So you need to get back at it, sweetie. You really need to tap into that inner child. You have this amazing inner child who loves to play and create, and it's time for you to get back at that. I would love to see you, creating some of your really cool gloves that you make, and the wands, and all of the different things that you do for other people. So really get some creative juices flowing, because that is really, sweetie, that is like your gift. You are meant to be this creative, playful artist. And so if you aren't creating, somebody else needs your light. So make sure that you let them shine it. Shine it so they can feel it, because they need it, okay? So get out there and get creating, because we need that. All right, Miss Neshi. Nice. The Color Fool. So this one is, keep it colorful. I see this always as the chakras, like being all lit up, using all your chakras in what you're doing rather than just one or two. But it's also about, here we are coming out of winter, and we need more color. We need the flowers, we need the trees, everything blooming. So create some in your house, whether it's, buying yourself some flowers, or getting a nice plant, or pulling out some beautiful tapestries to hang out, or wearing really colorful clothing. Really bring some more color into your life, because you're sort of like narrowing your focus by not using all of your gifts, not using all of your colorful wisdom. It's kind of like we get, as women, we, go through phases where we wear a lot of black. And so one of my favorite stories was when I was teaching some preschoolers. I wore black for dance clothes all the time, because it was hard to get anything else. And one of my little 3-year-olds asked me, Miss Polly, are you afraid of color? And it never occurred to me that it would come across that way. But because I never wore color around them, she thought I was afraid of it. So really look into all the ways you wear color, the ways you have color in your house and around you, so that you are blooming with all the chakra energy of all the colors, not just a couple. Because we need to do the work that we're doing for Star Nations. We need to use all of our resources and all of our chakras to get all that done. So Thank you. Thank you. So Margaret said, thank you. Christina said, I'm absolutely ready to move forward into my purpose. So thank you for the reminder and encouragement. Christina's like, oh, I see. Yes, you got your card. Oh, Margaret said, I do like to count. So good. I'm glad that helps with the breathing. So see, thank you. Yes, I bet you hadn't made anything for a while. Yes, I love it. Be colorful. Use my whole color palette. So there we have it, guys. I think I've gotten to everyone. And if you are somebody who's watching in the archives, you can actually type in yes, please into the comments, and because I will check for the next few days, and I will give you a card reading. I will type it in under your yes, please, so that you can check in. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, please like or love and share it so that other people can watch it, even if it's not live, because we want to get the healing energy out to as many people as possible. And if you are out there in, if you are near Western Massachusetts, this weekend on Saturday, we have our full moon healer share and meditation from 6 to 8 p.m. And it's open to whether you're a healer or not. And we will be using the transformational energy of the full moon and the amazing energy of Easter the following morning to really clear some things out of our lives. And we're going to release whatever is ready to go. So if you'd like to do that in person, you are welcome to join us from 6 to 8 p.m. here at Trinity Healing Sanctuary. And with that, guys, have a good night. And I'll see you next week here on Soul Connections from 7 o'clock on Wednesday evenings. Or you can also check me out on Chakra Sessions with Jo Labbé. And that is on Tuesdays at 12 here at Star Nations. Have a great and amazing evening. Bye, guys.